Today we will learn about something very interesting, and just to demonstrate you how does it look like. So in Maya, if you open the files, go to reference editor and reference a file, create reference. You can reference a file, and what happens is in your scene there is a file which is referenced. So this file isn't part of the scene or this file, but this file is on server and now also referenced in this file. If I save this file here, you'll see the file size of this new file is just 63 kbs, where actually the original file is 45 MBs. Because this file, the file we just created and referenced the file in it, this file is actually just referencing this file. This file does not have this monkey in it. So to save the space on server, in Maya we use this technique and reference everything. So we reference one character, we reference the props, we reference cars, we reference the city sets. Everything is referenced in one file. This also gives us flexibility, so whenever anything is updated on the files, so if I update anything in this file which is located in this path here, if I open this file and change anything and restart this file, again all those changes will reflect here. This also saves a lot of space, and it's easier to manage the files on server. So what happens is, once the file is approved, it's in T-pose, the same character can be referenced multiple times in multiple files. So this character is, if I keep copying or calling it in every file without referencing, what will happen is every time it will add 45 MB of space with every single shot. But by just referencing it, it's not costing me any space. So it's just referencing few kbs just for the information, but it's not adding 45 MBs. What if we could do the same with Unreal Engine also? So you have your files on your server somewhere, and what you do is you just reference them. So in this case, I have my ape here and I have saved it on my drive. Now I can reference it in my files. So if I open this file, you'll see what I have done here. So it's not exactly the referencing, but it will work similar to referencing, how the referencing works with Maya. There are some ups and downs with it, but I'll show you what you can do, how you can deal with it, and what kind of things you need to keep in mind when you're dealing with this referencing system, if you do work like this. Otherwise, think about it having a episode where you have 100 shots and maybe 10 sequences. Every sequence, every shot have the same character again and again, and Unreal files are very heavy. So 10 or 20 files and that's it, you're already up with like 100 GBs or more than 500 GBs. But if you can reference these files in multiple shots or multiple sequences with multiple episodes, you can save a lot of space. So I'll show you how to do that, and how you can reference the same image or same texture, same sets, same DMPs again and again. But there is a workflow to it, attached to it. So you need to keep in mind that, okay, this is the file structure I have to follow, because somebody else is going to refer the file from that place. I just downloaded this set from Fab. Alright, so now the file is open. Now if you see in this level, what I have here is this set. Maybe you call it environment or set, it depends on your pipe and the nomenclature you're following. So I'll call it set, and you can find it on web. In this set I have two characters here. This is the ape, and I also have lion here. So both of them are here, but actually they are not part of this project. They are referenced from somewhere else. Let me show you. So this is called content library. So this library is actually sitting on my system somewhere else. So this is project 1 library, and I have assets, characters, and these are the two characters I'm using right now here. I just created it just to show you how you can do it. So maybe this place can be created on your server somewhere, from where every artist in your studio can refer them in multiple sequences or multiple shots whenever whoever wants them. They just need to enable the plugin. So how to do it? Just go to plugins, and in your plugin directories, in your left hand side, you say add, and it will show you content only. Once you click it, he will ask you the path where you want this plugin to be. So what I did is I clicked on it and I created this project inside project 1, and I named it library right here. Once you do that, like, it will say create plugin. As soon as you create plugin, what it will do, it will create this space in your drive, project library, and there will be a content where you can put anything you want. So this way you can create an empty space. After that, in any of your projects like this one, what I did, I just went to plugins, plugin directories, and just add the plugin directory name here. Same project library. Select the folder. As soon as you do that, automatically you will get all these files in front of you. If I just show you by disabling it, restart, what it will do, it maybe my references to the files which are already there in short, they might be gone, but now I won't be able to see any of those characters in my content browser because the plugin is not enabled. Let us start. So it is showing me error. Now if I see, there is nothing in these files, and also there is no plugin folder over here because I have disabled it. Now if I go back and again inside my plugins, plugin directory, add, you can add as many plugin directories as you want. I'll show you when to use, how to use multiple, and I select the folder, again same thing, restart it. Now I'll get back all my characters in my shot. So you can change the directories whenever you want, as soon as they follow the same hierarchy of the characters. Folders specifically. So now as you can see, my characters are back here. So if you follow the same hierarchy inside your library, like I am following in my library, I have assets. In my assets there is a character. In my character I have all my characters, so ape and lion and so on and so forth. You can have hundreds of characters in it. The one which will be loaded in memory of the project will be the one which you click and drag on your viewport. Until unless you do that, no matter how many characters or sets or whatever you have here, it doesn't matter. It will be just read once you open the project file, the main project file. After that, they will just sit there. Unless you load them, the files will be very light. OCIO invalid, it's showing me because the files, the library, the OCIO files are also here, presets are also here, all the textures, HDRI is also here. So every asset which you use, you can have all of them sitting here in your single folder, and nothing will be there in your projects. So think about it, having multiple folders, multiple characters, multiple sets, multiple episodics, but the lighting artist, whoever is going to build or having them all in at one place, will be not dealing with multiple things. Their files will be very light. They will only reference or load whatever they need. Now right now I'm just using these two characters which are here. If I also change the OCIO settings, OCIO display enable, so all these settings are also here. This way I can use multiple levels, multiple characters, multiple projects, not just this one. Multiple projects I can create and use the same character again and again and again. Only problem is when you open the character like this guy, I'm using this shader for his skin. Now whatever changes I do, and if I save it for this shot, it will be saved to the file exactly. So this is the major issue. So anyone who is going to open the file after me, they will see the same changes in their files also. So there is a way to deal with it. You can have duplicating this file in your content browser somewhere if you want to change something. So in your content, as per the shot, you create a folder, short whatever, and level, or as you want to name it. So maybe I call it short, this one, and ape, and then duplicate this file in my shot, copy. Now I can save, I can assign this to, not to the hair, to my body here, and whatever changes now I do to this guy, it won't affect the shader which I have here. This way you can actually limit or limit access to the people who can maybe change the look dev files. Now if I show you what I have done for these guys in look dev, so project 01. So what you see here, it's only the main files which I copied from my content folder from this character. But if I show you the file, how it was created, so let's see the workflow. So your modeler gives the file to the texturing artist. That texturing artist actually creates this content plugin, which is also the referencing system. So you can have two ways of having these files. One, having one library the way I have it, and having all the characters in your characters folder, having all the sets in your sets folder, and then same location can be used by the whole studio, so everyone is following or taking the files from the same place. The second way is you create one single plugin for every single character, so that way you will work just like Maya. So in Maya, we assign one path to one character. So this character is only having one path, this path. But in Unreal, I have one path to my whole library. Yeah. What I can also do is, if I create these plugins for every character, I can have monkey here. So you keep adding lion, then set, then the prop, and FX, whatever you need in this project. So maybe your sequence requires this many characters, this many FX, this many shots. That's it. You just add those library, your path here, and close it. So you are not loading the whole library here, because initially it takes time to read all those files. Think about it, having maybe 10-12 episodes. After that you will have hundreds of assets, props, characters in your scene. Every time you will open the project, it will take some time to calculate all of them. Maybe they are not loaded, but initially they will all be actors will be calculated. Like on my right hand side, you can see how many actors it's calculating just for these two characters, and also the set. So keep in mind, and you decide how you want to do it. Maybe you want to have one path to your whole library, and after that everyone just do their work and keep placing copying their assets in the same library. So the person who creates the content library, they will work like this. Now this is the character which I copied from this file. So this file is created by not by the lighting artist. This is created by the texturing artist, who is also doing the look development. And this guy gets it approved from the director or creative director or whomever is in your hierarchy. As soon as it's approved from director, he will just migrate this character, right click ape from here to that particular. So if you see, it's going assets, character, ape, abc, and all the files along with it. Yeah, I don't need all of them, so you can restrict whatever you don't need. I just need ape, this guy. So with ape, it's only going to take these 4 files, the main blueprint and these 3 folders. This is what I have here. So as references is just my file, image files. So these 3 characters, and this is the main blueprint. So this is what I migrated from there to this content folder, and it's because the hierarchy is same for all the characters, automatically it will come under assets, characters, because it's already there, ape, and all these files will come here. If you don't, if you follow the same hierarchy like assets, character, inside there your character name, when you export the character, it will automatically go inside your library in the same path. Same thing I did with the lion. So when you start working, initially first you create the plugin. So the plugin is created under the library content folder. This is one way of doing it. And so you add the same path to the library from here, and in here, when you get this, you go to assets and your character. Here maybe I need one more character, maybe a dog or a second lion. So I create a lion, and then I start importing my files here. So just like ape, I can have my same folder like ABC, hair and texture. For the lion also I can have lion. So keep the hierarchy same, lion ABC. For alembics, if you are using FBX, call it underscore FBX, and in this lm ABC you can import your characters. Let's see. So this is ape, but I will just import it just to show you. So whatever your settings are, so here it is as a static mesh, but if it's a skeleton mesh, then change it to skeleton mesh or FBX static. This is how you create it. Now as you see, it's created inside content library lion ABC, and as I save it, so this is done by the light texturing artist. Now texturing artist has done his work. Now the lighting artist, when he will open his file and go to content library assets, here you see it's already here. You will see ape which I just created over there. So everything reflects to everyone. If you need a universal change to your character, when you do it, it will be changed to all the shots, all the files simultaneously. This is a good thing, but also this could be a bad thing when somebody changes something in his file and it changes to every file. For that you need to give them some restrictions where they can only read from here, not write from here, so that they could not write anything. Only people who can write is the people who are creating the loop development file. The one who created this, they can create the folders or manipulate things, but not the lighting artist, because lighting artists will be using the same characters again and again. So restrict them not to modify these files directly. They can, if they want to modify, they need to copy files from here, just like I showed to you, and have their own shaders, or even if they want to change anything in their hair or the way it's done, they need to copy it somewhere else, and then from there onwards they can do it. Go and do the manipulations, whatever they need to do. But initially they should not change anything here. You can also have your animation over here, like shot by shot. You can have your animation also referenced in here, so nothing is loaded in your project. You can have all your assets, everything should be coming from this library content. Nothing is going to be in your content folder, all will be here. So your assets will be here, so your characters, all characters can be here, ape, lion, whatever their variations, and they will be always available for the artists. They don't need to import or export or do that and wait for the things to get imported and then again do the binding, assigning the shaders and all. That's all gone. You just do it once and that's it. And that once, that will be also done by the people who are doing the loop development here. Once they are done with this, that's it. You just need to assign the animation and continue from there onwards. Same thing with the presets. You can also have like this groom preset I already have here, which I can load, maybe none, or I can, so this way I can go up my quality over here. So if you see how it looks, without the preset and after the preset. And same thing with the movie render presets. So I can also go to render and I can load my preset over here, which is already saved in here, so people can reusing the assets which you create. So one lighting artist is using different settings, the other lighting artist is doing different settings. That will be all gone because they all will be using the same render settings, same OCI display, because it's already here in your presets. So UA asset means Unreal Engine assets. U asset, you can save all of the assets which are used again and again, like hair presets, render presets, OCIO settings, or anything like your settings for your particles, settings for your FX shots, those presets, all those can be you can save here. Right now it just says preset. You can have FX presets, matte presets, or lens presets, or camera shake presets. All those things you can save them here and just keep loading them again and again. So people don't need to do it. They might do it wrong if they keep doing it by their own. So you just set it once and that's it. Yeah, for now this is it. If you have any questions, you can ask me. I'll help you. So once again, if you use this, be very mindful that saving and loading the files will be easier. You can save the files, you can have your own library on server, and everyone can use them, but also everyone can modify them. So you need to set who can have permission to write on those files, so that they don't accidentally change something, which can happen. So for the human error, you need to cut down their permissions, or tell them that if you want to change something, please duplicate the shader, place it somewhere else, and do the changes from there, not in the main file. And this will help you a lot, and it will save you hundreds of GBs, because you're not referring the character again and again and again. This character only, if I check how much he is holding, just one character. Let's see. So this is a character, just one ape. He is holding 444 MBs. Now if I have 5 sequences and or maybe in one episode I have 100 shots, think about the numbers. Now it's only going to be 444 MBs used in every shot, or this asset, this set is maybe used 5 or 10 times in different episodes. You don't need to change anything. You can use the same asset in every episode. You can just reference it from this library. If you have any questions, if you don't understand something, or maybe I forgot to mention, please let me know. Thank you.